Okay. Looks like our intro is done. Terence, everyone. This is Terence here. Looks like we got quite a few people today. Hello, Retro Tales. Hello, Fair. Hello, Lord Jesus C. And that's about it. Other than Streamlabs and Stream Elements, of course. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. And today, we are here with another episode of Terence Talks. Let me get the music put on real quick. Yep, there we go. And today we're interviewing the beautiful and lovely Ancha Yuri here. So we're gonna go ahead and unmute her and we can begin our introductions. Alright, you're unmuted now.
Hello! Konbancha! Welcome everyone! Yuri muted, I see. Yeah. It's just like in my own streams.
Yep.
Hello everyone! I hope you're all doing well.
Yep, hope everyone's doing well today. Alright, Yuri, can you give us an introduction to who you are and what you do?
Of course. I am a shooting star VTuber, Yuri Ancha. I play a variety of games, also on YouTube. I think you're one of the very few other VTubers I know that also streams on YouTube. But I play a variety of games. I love mystery games most of all. I try to play one mystery game a week at least. I scream a lot. I get very loud.
Yep, very nice introduction indeed.
It's nice to meet you all.
Indeed. Alright then. First question is, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I had a very busy day. I had to wake up early. But I'm doing all well. I'm doing all good. I've been working on some art and I've been chilling as well. So I'm doing well.
That's good. Oh, yep, I'm also doing well today. My day has been pretty relaxing so far, and I spent most of it trying to catch up on some anime.
Hell yeah. A very good way to spend your day, I would say.
Yep. We also recently saw the newest episode of One Piece.
Oh, exciting.
Which, I won't...
The live action one or the anime?
The actual anime.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yep. And then of course, around that time, I was also watching, which you guys won't believe I do watch this, this is a Precure.
You watch Precure?
Yep, the newest Precure thing.
Nice! A man of culture, I see.
Yep, indeed. I mean, it's not often you get to see magical girls actually getting to actual fist fights with monsters and such.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that's just what you want to see. I was browsing Netflix yesterday and I saw this anime. I forgot the name, but it's about these Yakuza members who I think they disappointed their boss, and then their boss is like, okay, so now you all have to get plastic surgery so you look like cute little girls, and now you have to make an idol band. And it's just these cute little girls with like deep voices. And they're like, no, dude, I just wanna get a cigarette now. I was like, okay. And this sounds like a fun anime to watch.
Oh, wow, that sounds pretty fun.
I haven't seen it yet, but I keep seeing the trailer come up on my Netflix. I was like, hello, you seem like you would be interested in this anime. I mean, I am.
I mean, Netflix, you're not wrong, but I don't want you sending me weird stuff that I don't want you to send me.
Yeah, I mean, I share this Netflix account with my family. Like, what are they going to think?
Yeah. Yeah, imagine just having your parents randomly scrolling through your Netflix history and says, "What have my daughter's been watching now? Oh my god!"
Yeah. I sometimes worry that they are going to check my Netflix and then see whatever I watch, and it's all anime and chick flicks.
Oh, yep, indeed.
But it's okay, I think. I don't think they've noticed.
Yep, I would hope not too, because usually my family does tend to judge me for what I watch too.
Oh no! I mean, I don't live with them anymore, so I don't need to worry about the sounds when I watch anime. I worry about my neighbors now.
Yep, understandable, of course.
When I play Project Diva, I'm like, what if they think, like, whoa, this girl listens to weird stuff, man? I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when you start blasting J-pop like really loud on the speakers, and then people are just wondering, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I deliberately close the windows. I'm like, I worry about my streams too sometimes. I'm like, oh no, maybe they have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe they do. That terrifies me even more.
Oh, yep, definitely. Yeah. Well, now I think that would also be kind of a good thing too, in a way, because what if you know that your neighbors are weebs too?
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed. That some of my neighbors. I've met cosplayers close to my home.
Ooh.
I was like, hey, I can see that you're a weeb.
Weeb, you want to be friends with a fellow weeb?
Exposed.
Exposed? After you just
On the
exposed me?
street? Yeah. But it's fun.
Yep.
I haven't gotten any complaints so far, so I think we're good.
Yep, that's good too. Oh, that also kind of had me thinking of something funny too. Yeah, imagine being friends with someone who literally just exposed you.
Yeah, oh my god. I mean, with my close friends, one of my close friends is Rai Hiruma. He streams as well. He's a PNG tuber, and we know each other like in real life as well. So he's always very cautious not to dox me and the other way around. But we have doxed each other accidentally to our friends. To our other VTuber friends. We were like, oh, whoops.
I see.
But it's okay.
It looks like a Retro Tales has a viewer question. Who's your favorite Sonic character?
I've seen this question show up in previous Terence Talks episodes, huh? I was thinking about it actually because I saw it this afternoon. I checked the previous episodes like a little bit just to check like what do I need to prepare for? But I saw the Sonic question and I was thinking about it because I am not too familiar with the whole Sonic universe. I think when I was younger, I used to play the Wii game. The Wii game of like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, which is I think the only thing that really got me into Sonic. Or the characters, and I always chose to play as Blaze the cat because I thought she looked cool, or Amy because she was a girl and I'm a girl. And that was just what I thought, but I never put a lot of thought into it. I liked oh wait, there was an online game. There used to be an online, like one of those Flash games, a Sonic game, and I used to play the, what's her name, the bunny?
Cream.
Yeah, she was cute.
Yeah,
Cream is cute. So I would say, yeah. Blaze, probably popular, huh? If you're getting Blaze a lot, yeah.
Yep, as you can tell, Retro Tales is a diehard Sonic fan. He'll pretty much ask nothing but Sonic questions.
Nice. I figured by the name and the image.
Yeps.
Cream's cool. Oh, thank God, I chose a safe option.
Indeed.
Cream is cute. She has the little blue companion too, right?
Oh, you have the little
little-
chow cheese.
Yeah, that one's cute.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought he looked like a Bibble from Barbie Fairytopia. They look similar.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
I
gonna...
hope I didn't upset someone.
Oh, yeah, well, I would hope so, too, because the last thing anybody wants to see is Barbie compared to Sonic.
I mean, I just thought those two looked similar. When I was a child when I thought that.
Yeah, that would be an interesting idea right there. Sonic versus Barbie.
I mean, we've had Oppenheimer versus Barbie, so I'm in for anything at this point.
Oh, yeah. Understandable, of course. Oh, yeah, on to our second question. Is this your first time being interviewed?
It is, actually. It is. This is embarrassing, but am I the only one who does this thing where you're in front of a mirror, or you just sit at your desk and you're like, okay, let's imagine I'm being interviewed. Let's think of what to say if I were being interviewed, because I've tried that, but I've never been interviewed, actually, like officially interviewed. So this is my first time. Yes.
Ah, nice. Ah, that's good. I'm glad that I was your first.
That makes it sound weird out of context.
Yep. A little bit weird, of
Oh
course.
yeah, a context guy too, huh? Yeah, I have the same problem. I say stuff out of context. And it's always taken the wrong way.
Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty sure my chat is mature enough to know that I'm not too sus.
Oh, mine is not, so my community will call you out. Oh god.
Yips. And welcome, Rye. Welcome to the stream, Rye. How you doing?
Let's go, it's right.
Ah, yep, and on to our third question now. Well, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies, oh my. Oh god, too many. Obviously I like playing games, because I wouldn't stream games if I didn't like them. I like playing games a lot. I like to draw as well. So yeah, I do a lot of art in gaming. But besides that, I like a lot of creative hobbies. I've started engraving glass not too long ago. I bought the supplies for wood burning. I haven't tried it yet, but I would like to try it. I like some bullet journaling from time to time. I love voice acting as well. I've taken voice acting classes. It was a hobby of mine for a very long time, and I've finally taken the voice acting classes, so I'm now well, not a certified voice actor, but I've taken classes. Must account for something. I'm a bit of a nerd. I like to read. I like to study stuff. I love learning languages most of all. So yeah, I'm trying to like get myself back into learning Japanese. I've learned it for a while, but I feel like I forgot everything that I've learned. So I kind of want to get back into it and regain that Japanese skill that I used to have. So yeah, those kind of things. What else? Annoying my cat. I have the cutest cat ever. He hates getting hugged by me, and well, coincidentally, I love hugging him. So I mean, too bad. He has to endure it.
Oh, so your cat is kind of like a tsundere, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. This cat, oh my god, when I pick him up, he's like, no, let me go, and then I let him go, and he doesn't leave my side. He just stays there. He's like, okay, you put me on the ground, but I still want to be pet by you. I mean, you still have to pet me. What do you want from me?
Oh,
But yeah, I like my cat a lot.
nice, nice. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off when you were talking about your hobbies.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Of course. Oh yeah, as for my hobbies, of course, I don't have too many nowadays because I have a job. So I watch TV, and by TV I mean whatever's on Hulu, Crunchyroll, Netflix.
No live TV, just the streaming services.
Yep, just the streaming services because I don't trust cable TV too much.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I don't have cable TV, but yeah, same.
Yips. And I also play various video games, of course. And then, when I'm not doing any of that, I'm also doing some chores and trying to occasionally practice on my electric keyboard that I do have.
Oh, sick. Are you into music making? Or just learning how to play existing music, or would you like to compose stuff yourself as well?
I'd say I pretty much want to learn to get better at making music as well.
Yeah. Original pieces.
Yips.
Oh, that's cool.
Although nowadays, most of the time when I get off work, I always forget to practice because I feel a little too burned out from work.
Yeah, I can imagine. If you have a 9-to-5 job or just a very intense job, then I can imagine that once you get home, you kind of want to relax.
Ah, yeah.
There's not a lot of brain cells left.
Yep. And I also am trying to learn Japanese as well.
Oh, really? Interesting. I thought so when I looked at your channel name because it's also in katakana. So I was like, oh yeah.
Yips. And we also collabed with a few Japanese VTubers as well.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Are you not scared of speaking Japanese on stream? Does it not make you nervous?
Oh no. As long as
Really?
the person isn't too critical about it.
Oh my. I get so nervous that I just forget how to speak. I don't know. I don't know how to speak. I would love to speak more Japanese, but oh my god. I don't know. Once I have to, I get so nervous that I don't know how to speak in general, let alone Japanese.
Yeah. I also want to get good enough to the point where I can actually have full conversations in Japanese too.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. What languages do you speak, actually?
I know some of the ones that I've learned from watching subtitled anime.
And besides Japanese and English, do you know any other languages?
I remember learning French when I was in middle school, but I forgot everything about the French I've learned.
The classic experience. Yeah. I used to learn German and French as well in high school. I forgot most of the French as well, but German is easier to remember just because my native language is Dutch, and Dutch and German are very similar, so it's easier to, I guess, quote unquote understand German. I wouldn't say that I understand it perfectly, and I don't know how to speak it that well, but if I have the time, I can decipher what is being said.
Ah, right. Of course, the only thing I ever learned from German is this one word that comes up a lot. It's called Scheiße.
Of course, the swear words are first. Yeah. Oh god.
And that's pretty much going to be the extent of my German, folks.
Wow! He speaks German too. Oh my god, Mr. Worldwide.
Right. Terence Worldwide coming soon. Whenever
Worldwide channel.
Yep, whenever I stop being lazy.
Speak all the languages. I mean, there's a lot of time that goes into learning a language. It just takes a lot of time, not just to I don't know, make a list of words or understand the grammar, but it's also it takes a really long time to remember, to kind of incorporate new grammar into your vocabulary or incorporate new words that you've learned into your vocabulary. So that's just what takes a long time for me personally when I learn a language.
If you're not learning how to swear first, are you really learning a language? No. That's right.
True. True. I mean, I could teach you Dutch swear.
Right. Oh, that would be funny.
It would be funny, yeah. I sometimes see those posts on Tumblr, I wanted to say, which is a while back, but when Tumblr was still like a big thing. There were those posts of, insert a different language, a sentence in a different language, and then it was like, oh, it means something along the lines of, your eyes are like stars in the night sky, and I think that's beautiful. And then the actual thing that was being said was something entirely different. My favorite Dutch version is the one where it says, oh yeah, I love how in Dutch we have a saying that's, mijn klote fiets is alweer gejat. And it means, oh, you're so beautiful, I can't think of anyone else but you, and I think that's beautiful. And what it actually means is, oh, my fucking bike got stolen again. I'm like, oh my god. It's not at all the same, but that's humor to me. Comedy.
Yep, perfect comedy right there. And then every Dutch person is just acting really shocked about, I can't believe what this person's just said.
Yeah. They'll be like, that does not mean what you think it means.
Right. Alright, on to our next question. And it's a pretty obvious one, of course. Do you play video games?
No, not at all. I've never heard of video games. I don't know what video games are.
Yeah, what's a video game?
What's a video game? I mean, okay, if you really wanna know, apparently a video game is like the actual definition of a video game is a game as we know it that has an ending after which you can't do any post-game content. So, a game like, for example, Pokemon would not be considered a video game because you can do stuff after you finish the game. So if that's the definition, then a lot of video games are not video games. But does it make sense? It's what I've heard. It's what I've been told by someone who studied games. And I was like, oh, interesting. So apparently all the games that I play are not video games. But yeah, I like video games. I mostly like mystery games and rhythm games a lot. But especially with streaming, I've been trying to kind of see what other types of games I like, and also try out games that I thought that might not be for me, but ended up being a lot of fun. Like Code Vein, I thought it was a game that would not be for me. It's a Souls game. And I hate boss fights, so that was a perfect combination. But I ended up playing quite a bit of Code Vein. I got stuck now, but I played a lot of it, and it was actually really fun. So I like to discover new game genres too, or well, new for me, not new in general, just new to me. I've been playing some horror-ish games. I do very bad with horror, but I did enjoy what I've played so far. So yeah, I like to try out different types of games.
Ah, that's good. Oh, would that also include puzzle games?
Yes, puzzle games. Yes, definitely. What I like most about the mystery games is the puzzle aspect. So I like puzzle games even when they don't have a mystery aspect to them. I've played The Room 1 and 2, Those were really fun. They were kind of like escape rooms. I've played Escape Simulator as well. Games like that. I'm a big fan of escape rooms. We do escape rooms with my brother and my mom quite a lot. And I really like those kind of puzzles. So yeah, I would say I like those puzzles. And just jigsaw puzzles as well, if we're talking puzzles. Jigsaw puzzles also very high on my list. I would still like to do a jigsaw puzzle stream someday because I just like puzzling. Any kind.
I see. Nice. Oh, yep, as for myself, I pretty much play a lot of RPGs as well as action RPGs. And a few action adventure games and action games most of the time. But nowadays, as for when I stream, I tend to play a lot of those as well. And I also play some cozy games like Fae Farm, if you've seen that one, and Stardew Valley recently.
Yeah, I love Stardew Valley. I've seen some Fae Farm around. But you recommend that one?
Oh, yeah.
It just says a very chill game. Are there any RPGs or action RPGs that you recommend to someone who doesn't really like RPGs?
Yeah. I would probably have to recommend you... If it probably have to be a game I streamed, but if not a game I stream, I recommend Tales of Arise.
Oh, yeah. It looks really cool. I've played a bit of Tales of Berseria and Tales of Zestiria, but I haven't played Arise yet. I've been thinking about it, though. It looks like a very good game.
Oh, yeah, it's very good. It's been a really long time since I played it, but from what I played from the story, it's actually really good. So I'd say I'm playing it mostly for the story. Another game that I've also been playing a lot of is this series that almost anyone who's played a JRPG doesn't know about, and it's called let's see. I'll just type it in the chat too. It's pronounced Ease, but it's not really spelled it. It's
I know about that one.
Ah, nice.
A friend of mine is actually playing all the games, or has played all of them, but has become a really big fan in a very short amount of time.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who knows about the Ease series.
Yeah. No, I know about Ease. I haven't played it myself, but I've seen other people play it.
Ah, nice. As for myself, I played about almost most of the games when I was getting back into gaming around the mid-2000s. I'd say the first Ease game I played was Ease Book 1 and 2 for the TurboGrafx-16 via Wii Virtual Console.
Oh my god, I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, it's a really old 16-bit console.
Interesting.
Yep, I didn't really know about it at first, but once I kind of saw and played some of the games, I pretty much became a fan of it. Also, a huge thanks to the Wii Virtual Console for that too.
Yeah, we were very into the Nintendo consoles when when I was younger. So it was always Nintendo for us. And the Game Boys and the Nintendo DS and the GameCube and stuff like that. I don't know. My parents they weren't too keen on getting PlayStations and stuff and like other kind of consoles because they just wanted us to play the kiddie games.
Ah, I see. Oh, that also leads us to our other question too. How did you get into video games?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I don't really know. I think there are several things that played into me getting into video games. Of course I had my friends in school. When I was in elementary school, I was already really into Pokemon when I was younger. So I used to wake up super early to watch Pokemon. And then at school, I would play outside and play Pokemon. I kind of play house, but instead of house, it was Pokemon. Play Pokemon with my friends. And one of my classmates and friends at the time, he was really big on games, so he had all these consoles and cool stuff. So I played alongside him when I went over to his place, and eventually got my own consoles and stuff. And also my aunt was really into Game Boy games, and my cousins too. So whenever we went over to her place for sleepovers, we would play Donkey Kong on the Game Boy, stuff like that, or a Bugs Bunny game on the Game Boy. So that's what really got me into Game Boy games. As for like console and PC gaming, that took me a little longer to really get into, because I think for me it started with the Wii. I used to play the GameCube at a friend's place, friends of my parents. When we went over, they put the children together. They're like, now be friends and play. We were like, okay, I guess. And this guy my age, he was like, I got a GameCube. You want to play Pokemon Coliseum? I was like, okay. So it was stuff like that, like Pokemon Coliseum and Super Smash. Back then, that I was very excited about. And eventually, I think we got a family Wii, so I played a lot of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Ooh.
I really like that game. I really love the Wii. When I moved out, I took it. I was like, well, you guys don't use this one anymore, right? I can take it with me, right? And my family was like, yeah, whatever. And eventually but this was long after I had moved out, I got myself like the Switch and PlayStation and stuff. And PC gaming is something that I got into only when I started streaming, actually. I wasn't too big on PC gaming because I preferred to like sit on my couch or on my bed and not at my desk. Mm-hmm. But now that I stream, I have to sit at my desk when I stream, and I really got into PC gaming, actually. I really like PC gaming. Whenever I can get it on PC, I will likely get it on PC instead of anywhere else. Not only for the performance like issues that you sometimes have with consoles, but also because I ended up really liking PC gaming, keyboard and mouse gaming, and or just connecting a controller. I have a nice PC screen, so yeah, I really like PC gaming now too, which I didn't really do before. So that's still something quite new to me. All I've played before that was Overwatch. That was the only PC game that I played before I started streaming.
Ah, I see. Oh yeah, I felt that way too. Mostly about the how I prefer to play games. Mostly I always prefer to play console stuff over PC because sometimes it doesn't feel as relaxing as just punching over a keyboard, typing away on keys.
It's exactly like that. When you're sitting like a shrimp, your posture is just shrimp. It's not as comfortable as your posture still being bad, but in a comfortable chair.
Yep,
so yeah, but I get that. Do you prefer console or handheld if you have the choice?
I would prefer console most of the time. And I'd say handheld's also good too. But I'd say my favorite handhelds are pretty much the ones that actually lets you do stuff on TV. Like
oh yeah,
the Switch.
Yeah. The Switch is such a wonderful invention. Every time I think about the Switch, I'm like, oh, this is a wonderful thing. Just because you have the choice between playing on a big screen, like as a console, or playing handheld. I like playing it handheld as well. Mostly because I'm too lazy to reconnect to my Switch to my TV now that it's connected to my PC for streaming. So I play it handheld a lot, but yeah, I do play a lot more handheld than console games. I do have a PlayStation, but games like especially comfy games. I mean, Animal Crossing isn't on PlayStation, but if it were, I would still get it on Switch just because it's a comfortable game to play handheld. Just like Stardew Valley, I played on Switch. and I got a game Vtuber that I specifically got on Switch because I knew that I wasn't gonna play it when I had it on PlayStation because I'm not gonna like boot up my console. It feels like a lot more work than just pressing that one button on the Switch, even though it's the same thing. It takes the same amount of time, but it just feels like it takes longer. So yeah, I usually opt for handheld games or PC gaming when I'm already sitting at my desk.
Ah, nice. Oh, yeah. Speaking of video game questions, what are your favorite video game genres?
Ooh, well, I really like mystery games, like I said, and rhythm games. So I enjoy Project Diva a lot. I think that was my ultimate gateway into really liking rhythm games. I think it's one of the best rhythm games out there, the Project Diva series. But I've played other rhythm games, like mobile rhythm games as well. I was really big on the Love Life rhythm game on mobile when I was younger.
Ooh.
So I played that a lot. I no longer play it, but I play it a lot. I play a little bit of Project Sekai now. Not too much though. And mystery games. Like before stream, we briefly talked about the Somnium Files, which is a game that I love. I love the Somnium Files. It has very quickly become one of my favorite game series. But I really like Ace Attorney as well. Ace Attorney is kind of like my baby. I love Ace Attorney. I've been an Ace Attorney fan for a very long time, and I still have not finished all the games just because I don't want it to be over. So I play them very, very slowly. But I've been a fan for a long time. And I get these I guess like hyper fixations on Ace Attorney every once in a while. I kind of forget about it and then I remember how much I love it and then all I think about is Ace Attorney for a few weeks and then I move on to something else. So I really love Ace Attorney because it's such a wacky mystery game. I like the puzzle aspect of it, the mystery puzzle aspect. And also one of my favorite games is Nier Automata.
Ooh.
I don't know what you would classify that as. When I tell people about it, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hack and slash, but it's kind of not.
Oh yeah, the Nier games are pretty much a whole bunch of genres in one.
Yeah, they're just their own thing, but I love the Nier games. Nier Automata is my absolute favorite. I love that game. The story is so good, the gameplay is so smooth. Even for someone who is not very good or considers themselves not very good at video games, it was good to play. I was able to finish it. I would love to play it again. I actually have it on Switch, and I learned very recently that the Switch version has been translated to Dutch. So I've been thinking about playing it again to see the Dutch translation because I'm interested. But it's a very good game. I recommend Nier Automata if you're in for some, I guess, philosophical stories and heartbreak.
Oh, yep.
And of course the Pokemon games. Those are games that just I say that I don't like RPGs and then I get the comments like, oh, but Pokemon is an RPG. I'm like, I know, but that's an exception. That's the single exception that I have to my RPG rule, I guess. Just because I mean I grew up with Pokemon. Who didn't grow up with Pokemon?
Of course,
some people, but most of us did grow up with Pokemon, and it's just so dear to me that I love the games. I've played all of them, and I will continue to play them.
Oh, yep. Same here as well. I'd say the only Pokemon games I have not played would have to be the DS ones.
Oh, really? That is a shame. Because that's my favorite. My favorites are the Diamond and Pearl games. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Do you have any favorite Pokemon like generation or game?
Let's see. I'd say the first Pokemon I definitely played would be Pokemon Blue, and then I think followed by that would be Pokemon Yellow, of course.
Oh yeah.
And then there was Gold and Silver.
Yeah. So you're really into the OG ones.
Oh, yeah, the OG ones were the first Pokemon games I played. And the
Yeah.
closest thing I played to Gen 3 would have to be Pokemon Coliseum and the XD Gale of Darkness.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. I think that's one of the very few Pokemon games that I have never played. Like, not even tried. I mean, I haven't ever played Pokemon Coliseum in its entirety, but the whatever it's called, the Max something something Darkness, I have never played that one. I know little to nothing about it.
Yep. I think what I remember the most about XD Gale of Darkness is that it was trying to be like a little bit more lighthearted than Coliseum, but pretty much with improved mechanics too.
Yeah. I did play Pokemon Battle Revolution though, which is the battle game for the Wii.
Oh
It
yeah.
came out a lot later, but yeah, I played that one a lot.
Oh yeah, Battle Revolution was pretty good.
Oh, right, also hasn't played XD Gale of Darkness. Yeah, I know nothing about it actually. That's a shame. I would like to play it. Just to complete the Pokemon games list.
I see.
And Pokemon Ranger is one of my favorite spin-off Pokemon series.
Oh yeah,
If there
that's
ever
another one of
comes a
the.
new Pokemon Ranger game, I need to get it.
Of course.
Did you play those?
I've heard of them, but I've never played them. And I've heard of them from watching some of the filler episodes of the Pokemon anime.
Oh yeah. Sometimes the Pokemon Rangers show up in the anime as well. There's one in the Manaphy movie as well.
Ooh, yips.
Yeah, I love the Pokemon Ranger games. They were so much fun. And there's so much potential in having a Pokemon Ranger game on the Switch that I feel so sad that it's not there yet. Just make a Pokemon Ranger game for the Switch. It would be perfect. You could use the Joy-Cons as the styler for the Rangers. It's perfect. And Nintendo
Nice.
should hire me.
I think anybody with ideas like that would probably want to be hired by Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, I see Pokemon Pinball. Yeah, that's like a really old one.
Oh,
Pokemon Pinball was fun.
Oh, yep, and my other favorite spin-off series would have to be some of the Mystery Dungeon games.
Yes, those were so good. So good. I haven't played all of them, but I played the very good ones. The Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky.
Nice. Oh, yep, I played the original one on the Game Boy Advance, actually.
Oh yeah, when they had the Game Boy version and the DS version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was actually my first DS game. It's the game that I got when I got my DS as well.
Oh.
So it's very dear to my heart. I had the Blue Rescue Team one. I love that game. I played it over and over and over again.
Nice.
Do you remember the first Pokemon that you were in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon when you did the test? Do you remember the very first one you got?
Oh, yep, I was a Machop.
Nice. I was a Pikachu.
Nice.
A very classic choice.
Oh, yep, that's good.
I love those little tests. I would just replay the game just to do the test again.
Yep, just to see what Pokemon you'll be next time.
Yeah. Just try to get them all. I remember I was so upset when I found out that in Pokemon Explorers of Time, Sky, and Darkness, that Riolu was exclusive to a male gender. I was like, but I want to be a Riolu!
I see.
I was so sad about that. Uh, I ended up, I don't know, playing as Vulpix, I think.
Ooh.
Very cute too.
Oh yeah, Vulpix is pretty underrated and cute too.
It's a very cute Pokemon. I think, I mean, I replayed that game not too long ago. And I think I played as Vulpix too. But I don't remember. I think Vulpix and a Piplup as partner?
Ooh.
Because I just think Piplup is very cute.
Indeed, indeed. Oh yeah, oh yeah, another Pokemon spin-off game that I personally like, but I don't think a lot of people do, would have to be the Pokemon Rumble games.
Oh yeah! I think I played a little bit of that when I was younger, but I didn't understand it. So I'm not too familiar, but the sprites look really fun. Like the models. They're so shape.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of people were pretty much hating on the origami style Pokemon shapes. Like, what is this? What have you done to my Pokemon?
No, that is so cute. What? No, that is the cutest part. No.
Oh yeah. And I also kind of liked it because it's probably one of the very few times where you actually get to control and use Pokemon moves in real time too.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah. I guess I could try it still. Maybe someday.
Yips. Oh yeah, cute, but got very repetitive for me. Well, the game is mostly a hack and slash beat 'em up, so they're not really gonna not gonna be a lot of variety in those games at first.
Yeah, I can imagine.
As someone who's played most of them, at least. Although I did actually play the one on mobile, and they actually that one was pretty good too.
Oh, really?
And they kind of ended that a little too soon too, because wasn't enough reception.
Too bad, too bad. Did you play Pokemon Go too?
I played Pokemon Go, but half the time when I play it, all I could do was just catch Pokemon, and I don't think I've done a single gym battle to this day.
Yeah, I think I did like one gym battle, but I haven't played it in a very long time. I deleted it off my phone eventually, but we used to be very big on it, but not anymore. I used to catch a lot of Pokemon too, but no gym battles.
Oh, yep. Yips. Understandable, of course. Yeah. I think that's probably all the Pokemon spin-offs I played.
Have you never played Poke Park?
Oh yeah, the Poke Park games. I did play Poke Park Wii. The one where you played as Pikachu, yep.
Yeah, exactly, with all the mini games where you have to do like all these games with the other Pokemon.
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't played a Poke Park, it's essentially kind of like a little adventure game kind of things where you explore like a little park, talk to Pokemon, and then some of the Pokemon you have will have little mini games where you either play tag with them or battle them, or if you even have little hide and seek too.
Oh yeah, the hide and seek. And I vividly remember the Venusaur swing.
Oh yeah,
you have to swing as far as you can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was a really fun game.
And they also had like a second game that was also based on black and white.
Yeah, I've only played the first one.
Oh yeah, the second game was really freaking hard to find. It sold for like a few higher prices. It didn't sell too well.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah. I haven't seen it around a lot.
Yips. Alright then, on to our next questions. Who's your favorite video game character?
Oh my god. That's a hard question. Oh my god, you can't ask me this. Oh god. I think I mean I have a few. I love Ace Attorney's Franziska von Karma. She's like, oh, I love her. So for those of you who do not know what Ace Attorney is about, you play as an attorney, as the name suggests. You're a defense attorney, and you have to solve these mysteries and like defend your clients in court. And Franziska is a prosecutor who carries a whip. She has a whip. It's not a weird sexual thing. She just has a whip, and she's very cool and also very tsundere and very, very funny. I love her. She's my baby girl. I really like Franziska. I really like 2B, obviously, from Nier Automata. 2B, one of my favorite characters. And there's so many that I. Oh my god. Well, if we're talking my favorite games, then from the Somniophiles, I freaking love Aiba. I love Aiba. Aiba, best character. I love Aiba. I really like her. I guess usually I go for the kind of tsundere types. After all,
I see.
Kind of embarrassing, but or the mommies. I mean, I like Lady Dimitrescu.
I see.
I like Lady Dimitrescu a lot. So I mean, yeah, those characters too. Oh god, this is so embarrassing. But yeah, those characters I really, really like. I like Boss in the Somniophiles too. For the exact same reason. Just because I guess I'll expose myself, but I'm a big fan of MILFs. So it's like when there's a MILF in a game, the chances are that that's gonna be my favorite character.
I see.
I just like the mommies. And that's all I will say about it. This is too embarrassing.
Understandable, of course, understandable.
Do you have a type when it comes to favorite characters?
I usually always go for the very heroic type characters and the ones with very strong sense of justice kind of guys.
Yeah.
And I occasionally also go for the really cool characters. There's as well. And by cool, I mean mostly characters that are really that can make anything look good. And by that, I mean guys like Dante and Virgil from Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Just like the rough and tough type of character.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. It is cool to play as a character like that or see them in games from time to time.
Yep.
Just kind of feel cool. When I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I felt so cool playing as Cassandra. I was like, yeah, I'm a muscular Greek woman. Let's go.
Nice. Yep, very understandable, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think another character type I liked is, I guess one of the shy characters who eventually grows and becomes more, bolder.
Oh, yeah. Kind of the characters that have to get out of their shell, kind of.
Right. Oh, so you like Himbo's Rai?
Oh yeah, Ryan likes himbos. The himbos are fun. I like them for comic relief.
Yep, they're good comic relief.
I guess every really, really good game has a combination of all those types of characters and just knows how to combine them.
Alright then, I think as for my favorite video game character, well, I think I said this about a good couple times, but My favorite character is Link from the Legend of Zelda games.
Ah, such a classic choice. A good one. A good choice.
Yep.
Link is such an icon. You can't not like him, I feel like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel like everybody likes Link.
Yep, I'd say the thing that I kind of like about Link compared to some other characters, he actually shows personality by expressing it, and he doesn't quite have too much of an opinion about anything, but he doesn't mind doing it either.
Yeah, he's a silent protagonist, but not one without personality.
Yeps.
Mhm. Is there any like a version of Link that you like the most from all the games, or just all Links?
And that's a tough one for me because I think my favorite Link would have to be the one from Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, kind of the more the somewhat older one.
Oh yep, he runs a farm and he ends up losing his childhood friends, and then he ends up going into the Twilight world, but little does he know that the Twilight world turns him into a freaking wolf.
Oh, furry Link.
Yep, yeah, at least they did turn Link into a full-on furry, and thank God for that. Otherwise, I would hate
No,
Link a
furry
little
Link.
bit more.
No shaming here.
No shaming anyone who likes furries. But of course, I think my other favorite version of Link would have to be Breath of the Wild Link as well.
Yeah, I think the design for the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Link is just very good. It's just such a solid design. I don't know what it is, but his movements feel smooth. He looks nice in all the clothing. He's fun to dress up. He's kind of silly, but also serious. Just a good guy.
Yep, overall good guy. I think the only thing I don't really like about Breath of the Wild Link and Tears of the Kingdom Link is that he has longer hair.
Oh, really? You don't like that?
Only because, like, he feels a little bit more, feminine, in lack of better terms, compared to how he had his hair short.
Yeah. Well, it is what I like about him, but I can imagine, especially if you play a game that's so immersive, I can understand how that kind of feels disconnected from you as a person if you don't really identify with a more quote-unquote feminine look.
Yep. All right, moving on to our next question. Oh, what anime do you watch?
Oh, none. No, I mean, it's embarrassing to say, but I don't watch a lot of anime anymore. I recently watched Oshinoko, which I feel like almost everyone watched. At this point, it's a very good anime about the idol industry in Japan, and has some wacky characters. It's very interesting. It starts out very, very weird, but gets very cool and emotionally intense, I would say. And I've been watching Doroedoro, which I like a lot, actually. I didn't think that I would like it so much, but it's kind of a dystopian world where this guy who has a lizard head is trying to figure out who cursed him with the lizard head, and it's a very strange story about people who can use magic, and I don't really know how to explain the story of Doroedoro because it's so weird, but it's really fun. It's a really cool anime. If you're not afraid of a little blood, it's a very good show. The art style is very interesting, actually.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think I've seen like a few clips of that.
Mm.
Yeah, it definitely was a bit more graphic than I was expecting.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. It's definitely graphic. Dorohedoro go hard. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people like the anime, but it's not an anime that is often seen. Like when you go to a convention or go online, you don't really see Dorohedoro content. But I feel like everyone I tell that I'm watching this anime is like, oh yeah, I've seen that one. I'm like, what? Everyone has seen this? But nobody makes art for it or stuff like that. It's
Wow. Yeah, I know, right?
feels like a secret anime.
It must be like some kind of guilty pleasure kind of anime.
Well, yeah, even though it's not that, it's not like a guilty pleasure kind of weird, I would say. It's
Yep.
just a little bit of a psychedelic weird story, but it's cool. But if we're talking about all sorts of anime, if I can include movies as well, I would say that the movies by Satoshi Kon are among my favorites as well. So Paprika, Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, most of all.
Ooh.
My actual favorite movie. I really like the stories that are kind of hard to understand, which I think that's also why I like Dorohedoro. Yeah, it's a 3D CG as well. Dorohedoro. Part of it is animated in 3D, but it looks really good. Anyway, the Satoshi Kon movies are hard to understand. Their stories are usually not in chronological order. They mix reality with memories or dreams or hallucinations, so it makes you as a viewer kind of guess what scene is reality and what scene is a dream or a memory or something. So I find that very interesting. If you want to get that full Kon Satoshi experience, I would recommend watching Paprika first because I feel like it's the most easy, quote unquote, to get into. But if you like a movie about the idol industry that has a lot more gore, I would say watch Perfect Blue. It's about stalking and idol culture and identity. Paprika is about this group of researchers who research. They're therapists, and they try to help people out by looking into their dreams with a little machine, and this machine kind of goes rogue, and the dreams start to become reality, and people start to become unable to see the lines between, or like the border between reality and dream. And it's very interesting because I feel like that movie is very, very good at depicting what a dream feels like, because it's so weird. Like dreams are just a combination of all the random stuff that we see in our daily lives, and I feel like that movie Paprika captures that perfectly because it all feels weird but also kind of familiar. You're like, oh, I understand this, but I don't. Kind of similar to how dreams feel sometimes. And then Millennium Actress is completely different, but it's about an actress who is retired, and she gets interviewed one last time, and she talks about her past and the guy that she has been chasing that she loves. So it's about her memories and the roles that she has played, and all the roles that she has played kind of intertwine with her own life story, so it gets kind of confusing as to what is the role that she has played and what is her real life. It's very interesting and a really beautiful movie. The animation is really good. So I would say if you're into kind of weird movies, watch Kon Satoshi's movies because they're very good.
Okay. Oh, yep, I seen Perfect Blue a good couple years ago, actually.
Yeah, Perfect Blue is interesting. Perfect Blue is scary, kind of, a little bit. I was definitely creeped out the first time I saw it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially when the girl pretty much says she's gonna quit being an idol and starts becoming an actor.
Yeah, that's kind of what the movie is about. This like former idol who decided to quit being an idol, and she goes on to acting. And then there's a creepy fan who is not so fond of this idea of her going into acting, and there's a whole online blog about her life that is kind of pretending to be her, as if she were still an idol. and she starts like the actual girl starts to get hallucinations of this guy stalking her and stuff, and whatever has been written on the blog. And it's a very interesting movie.
Oh yeah.
It's been a big source of inspiration for Requiem of a Dream as well, and Black Swan. Movies like that were heavily inspired by Kon Satoshi's work. So if you're into those movies like Requiem for a Dream or Black Swan, I would recommend watching Kon Satoshi's work as well.
Yep. That's right, those movies will probably teach you not to be parasocial.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Made me a little bit cautious. Yeah.
Yep. Alright, then on to our next question. How did you get into watching anime?
Ooh, well, let me take you all the way back to when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I actually started drawing manga first. Obviously, before I watched like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Whenever it was on, Sailor Moon sometimes, stuff like that when it was on Dutch television. But I never really actively looked up anime or something. I didn't watch it online with English subtitles. And then when I was around like 9 to 11, I started drawing manga because I found a how to draw manga book in a bookstore. And I bought it because I thought it looked cool, so I started drawing. And then through the drawing, I was like, okay, this looks cool. And I started looking up stuff online. And that's when I found my first anime, well, quote-unquote anime, the anime that I watched online with English subs. Like, the first anime that I watched in Japanese was Shugo Kyara, actually. And I was really, really into that. So I used to watch a lot of anime back then. A lot of anime that I feel like I was too young for at the time. I watched, I think, half an episode of Elfenlied, and then I got so scared that I never watched it again. But I mean, I was 12, so that was a mistake. But I also watched Chibi Vampire. I watched Shugo Kyara. I watched Ika Musume. I watched a lot of shoujo as well. A lot of slice of life anime. I watched Kaicha wa Maid-sama. Stuff like that was really, really like my jam. And then eventually that evolved into me getting bored of the slice of life anime, and I got more into the either very heavily character driven stories or like Oshinoko that are very character driven, or stuff that just had a lot of action packed in, like Attack on Titan. I didn't watch all of it, but it was yeah. I see the chat going, "Oh no, bro!
Oh, yeah.
That opening to Elfenlied was definitely not meant to be watched under at least 16."
Oh yeah, Elfenlied's pretty bad.
Truth, yes. But I got it recommended to me by a friend when I was, I think it was 13, 14 maybe. Definitely too young, and also a little baby. So I still am a little baby, but I was even more of a baby back then, and everything scared me. I remember watching Black Butler back then, and that scared me as well. I tried watching Gosick. I watched one episode of that, scared me. Never watched it again. It's stuff like that I would like to rewatch, because I feel like Gosick is a show that I could really get into now, if it's as good as I remember. Because a lot of anime from like back in the 2010s, I guess, has not aged well. So I will have to see if it's still okay. But yeah, I would like to watch anime like that again. I don't remember if Gosick was okay or not. I don't remember. But if it was okay, then yay. If it was not okay, then I'm not gonna watch it.
Right.
But yeah, stuff like that. I was really into the magical girls shoujo anime as well. So I tried to watch Tokyo Mew Mew because it used to be on Dutch television, but I couldn't find it anywhere with my little pea-brain Google skills. So I never watched that in its entirety, but I've read a lot of the manga. I've read a lot of Shugo Kyara. I watched almost all of Shigokyara, but eventually it was like too much. I didn't watch all of it. I was really into the magical girl shows. So Madoka Magica is what I've watched eventually. A very different type of magical girl show, but very good. It's still such an iconic show, I feel like. Also, if you like Madoka Magica, I would say watch Magical Girl Racing Project or Mahou Shoujo Ikisei Keikaku. It's a very good anime that is also very gory and horror-esque.
Yep.
Interesting. It reminded me a lot of Madoka, so stuff like that. But I don't watch a lot of anime nowadays, unfortunately. I would like to get back into it because there's a lot of good stuff out there that I should still watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yep. As far as magical girls, Shugo Kara was probably one of the very few magical girl animes that I also watched.
Oh my god, you watched that one?
I seen like the first episode of it. It seemed kind of interesting.
I mean, still.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my. Yeah, that was my favorite thing for so long. I've definitely was so obsessed with that show. I own all the manga. I bought figures for it. My first cosplay ever was from Shigokyara. So yeah, it was all my entire life was Shigokyara basically. I loved it. And I still know a lot of the songs. When I hear them, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the lyrics, I think. It's fun. It's a good show it's a good shoujo anime.
Okay. Yep. And I'd say I definitely heard a lot of good things about Madoka Magica and how incredibly dark it is.
It is, yes. Up until the 3rd episode, it's all fun and games, and then after that, it gets extremely dark. But yeah, that's a very good anime, I would say.
Yep. And I think there was like another magical girl anime that I seen that was a lot like it, but about tarot cards and stuff.
Like Madoka?
Oh yeah, a lot like it, but it featured like tarot cards and such.
Oh, I wouldn't know that one. All I can think of is Cardcaptor Sakura, but that's not similar to Madoka at all.
Oh yep, I also seen that one too.
Yeah, apparently that was on Dutch television too, but we didn't have the channel that aired all the anime. So I never watched all the magical girl shows in Dutch, unfortunately.
I see. Understandable. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're starting to broaden our horizon a bit more with certain animes, but the genres I usually watch are like action, adventure, fantasy, and of course, sports anime as well.
Yeah, is there any sports anime that you're really, really into?
There's a few of them actually. I'd say, one of the more interesting ones I had seen was Blue Lock.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, Blue Lock was really good. Probably one of my, new favorite ones about soccer, actually. Mostly because, when you look at sports anime that are usually about teamwork, they're usually about friendships and teamworks and such. But then you put in Blue Lock, which is almost the exact opposite of all of that.
Rivalry and death.
Oh, yep. Yep, mostly about rivalry and ending each other's careers.
Oh, yeah. I used to watch Free. That counts as a sports anime, right?
Oh, yeah.
I used to watch Free, but I never finished it. And I've been meaning to watch Welcome to the Ballroom, which is a dance anime.
Ooh. Ah, nice.
Mm.
Oh, Big Tenku, or BK as I call him, also brought up ping pong, which that's another one I also really like.
Oh, really? Is that an interesting one?
Oh, yep, it's mostly about ping pong, of course, but it's
As the
also
name suggests.
but it's also about seeing how they also develop as characters too.
Oh yeah, I see now. I was looking it up, but it has an interesting art style.
Oh, yep, very much so. It's a
Yeah.
little bit more realistic art style compared to a lot of anime.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Has
Oh.
those sports anime ever inspired you to pick up a sport that you hadn't done before?
Nah, it just made me want to watch the sport even more.
You never felt like motivated to pick up a sport that you had watched an anime of?
Oh yeah,
Because when I
Mhm.
Oop.
Oh yeah, I played a
Sorry,
lot
go on.
of sports when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Specifically baseball, football,
Oh.
a little bit of soccer, and I think the only one we haven't played would have to be hockey or tennis.
Oh yeah. I used to squash. I used to play squash. And I used to dance a lot. I've danced a lot. I did horse riding too. I was a horse girl.
Ah, yes.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Yeah. But mostly dancing. I think that's the sport that I did the most.
Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, back to sports anime. The other sports anime that I would probably also recommend that I personally like would have to be this one about sumo called Sumo.
Oh, interesting.
Which it's mostly about a guy who pretty much lost his mother when he was young and wasn't really blessed with a super big bodied like you see with other sumos. He's like really short. Kind of like Edward Elric.
Oh yeah.
And so he pretty much trains to become a better sumo wrestler and tries to be like the best one in Japan.
That sounds cool. I watched. I didn't watch anything. I read an article on sumo wrestling, and I think I think I also watched a documentary on it once. It's an interesting sport. It goes so much deeper than you would think at first glance. Sumo goes so much deeper than you would think. It's a very interesting sport if you ever want to like read up on it or something. It's very cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yep, back to our next question. Who's your favorite anime character?
My favorite anime character. Oh my god. Well, I guess one that I've had as a favorite for a very, very long time is Jessie from Pokemon.
Ah.
I really like Jessie from Pokemon. I love Team Rocket as a whole, and then Jessie is my favorite. But I am a big Team Rocket fan. I love Team Rocket. Definitely my favorite characters in the Pokemon universe. I really like Dawn as well. Dawn was definitely my favorite companion. And when I was really, really into Love Life, Nozomi was my favorite. So kind of the mom friends or the I guess the Jessie type characters are usually my favorites. Let me take a quick look at my figures. I would say I really liked Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop as well. Really like her. Yeah. That's a kind of a retro pick, I guess.
Oh, is Faye the girl who uses the computer?
Does she? No, that's Ed, the one with the red hair. Faye is the one with the purple hair, the one with the yellow
the yellow outfit.
Yellow outfit and the red jacket.
Oh yeah, I remember her now. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Also like how you guys are putting in Team Rocket quotes in chat.
Yeah. Oh god, I love Team Rocket.
Nice.
They're so fun and silly. I like the evil characters who are very bad at being evil. I really like that. But also just the characters that are kind of tough on the outside and then have a softer personality, actually, like a secret softer personality. I wouldn't say exactly tsundere because I wouldn't go for the it's not like I like you or anything, baka, those types, but the types that act all tough but are actually traumatized. Like Faye. Faye has an interesting story, and she acts all tough, but actually she's just a sad 17-year-old girl, I think, or 25, something like that, somewhere between those ages. But she's just sad, and I find that interesting. I wouldn't say I find it fun, but I find it interesting to watch. Just like very, I guess, well-written characters are interesting to me. And I really liked a lot of the characters in Oshinoko. Kana really grew on me. I really like Akane. Also because they have interesting stories and interesting personalities.
Nice. Oh, yep. Favorite anime characters for me, of course. Well, I usually always have like different answers for this because I'm always watching different animes around the time, but of course my favorite anime character would have to be Goku from the Dragon Ball.
Yeah. You like the heroic ones, huh?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Link and Goku.
Oh yeah, this also brings me to another interesting question / theories. Would anyone consider Goku a himbo?
I mean, I don't know too much about Dragon Ball Z, but I think from what I have seen, I would say yes. Would classify as a himbo. Yeah, maybe.
Yep. Of course, Vegeta would have to be my second favorite for Dragon Ball character. Mostly because I really liked how his character develops throughout the whole series.
Yeah, hell yeah, character development. I love to see it.
Oh yeah, Big Tengu says, what's the definition of a himbo?
How would you describe a himbo? Kind of like, do you know what a bimbo is? That, but male version. So, just basically a himbo is just the muscle. He's the guy. The guy ever. He just has the muscle and none of the he has none of the brain.
Right.
None of the brain. All brawn.
All brawn, no brains.
Yeah, and usually very kind. Just very kind, happy-go-lucky guys, I would say.
Nice.
Big of heart, dumb of head. Yes.
Yep.
And big of muscle, usually.
Of course, big of muscle too. Oh, yep, and I'd say the other characters that I do also kinda like are the mysterious characters who you don't really know about until they progress with the series.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. Are you cursed with liking background characters too, or like side characters too? Because that is my problem most of the time.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
the side characters that have 2 seconds of screen time in the entire show. I'm like, oh, exquisite. That one is my favorite.
Oh, yep.
We never see them.
As far as my favorite side characters go, Krillin also is a good one.
Yeah.
Overall good dude and practically very supportive of Goku regardless of how weaker he is compared to everybody else.
Is he the guy who eventually marries Android something?
Yep, Android 18.
He's got a he's got it. This man.
Uh-huh.
He got himself a nice wife and family. This man's got it going.
Indeed.
God, I wish that were me.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Alright, moving on to our next question, which is a little bit deep.
Oh, God.
Have you learned anything from video games or anime?
Ooh. Oh, God. How deep do you want it?
Another out of context one. As deep as you can go.
So it all started when I was a child. No, it's well, I mean, I think that what really stuck with me throughout the years is this is kind of a sad story, but I got tremendously bullied in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
For how I looked and my interests and like basically everything that they could bully me for, they bullied me for. So I was bullied a lot, and I struggled a lot with self-esteem issues, which I mean I still kind of struggle with self-esteem, but I definitely did back then because the bullying was like a daily occurrence. I'm not getting bullied by anyone other than my chat now. So it's fine now, but back then it was definitely a struggle. And I watched a lot of Shugokyara at the time, which for those of you who don't know what it's about this girl who is seen as like very cool at school. Everyone thinks she's cool and spicy, and all she wants is just to be a normal teenager. And she makes a wish to just be perceived as a normal girl. And the next morning she finds 3 eggs in her bed, and these eggs hatch little tiny characters, her Kyara, who can help her become her true self, basically. So when I was a child, when I was in elementary school, I feel like I got a lot of I really felt connected to the characters in Shugokyara because I too wanted to be someone else, and I struggled with kind of accepting myself, I think. So I created these kyaras for myself, of the people that I wanted to be, and I feel like those really helped me kind of get through elementary school. And similar to how it is in the anime, eventually you won't need them anymore because you're growing up and you're getting older and you're getting more confident in with who you are. And eventually I didn't need those anymore. So I feel like in that sense, those the concept of just having kyaras that could help me feel more confident in who I already was, the kind of like parts of myself that I wanted to bring to the front a little bit more. I feel like that really, really helped me. It's kind of a sad story, but that, I mean, it all ended up being fine. But that really, really helped me in accepting myself when I got bullied and kind of getting through elementary school, and then afterwards also finding my place in high school, and then after that I went to uni and all was well. But yeah, it was a scary time when I went to high school, so I feel like that definitely helped me. Just being a weeb helped me. Stuff like that. And if we're talking like some more lighthearted things, like I saw someone say just English language ability. Yeah, definitely. It helped my English language ability, my Japanese as well. Stuff like that. It's tiny things that you learn from watching anime or interacting online in a language that is not your native tongue. That just helps. I feel like it helped with my accent a lot too, to hear a lot of English, hear a lot of Japanese. I'm not saying that my accents are flawless, but they're not like super. I don't have a thick Dutch accent. Still comes out, and I still sound not American, but it's not as bad as it could be. So stuff like that, I feel like it definitely helped. And just, finding people online who had the same interests. I did a lot of role-playing online, sharing art online. So just being active in art communities and in role-play communities when I was younger was such a confidence boost for me. I really found a lot of friends online. And that was very valuable to me, especially in a time when I couldn't find friends in school, like in my daily life outside of like my online environments. So just being online and interacting with all these fellow weebs was very good for me, I think.
Yes,
so, yeah.
Yes. Yep, very wholesome story.
Yeah, in the end it ended up all being fine, and I look at me now, I'm an anime girl myself.
Indeed. Yep, as for myself, of course, I'd say I experienced a lot of things similar to you. I got bullied as at a young age, and got judged for liking things that normally people wouldn't like, and sometimes I had to like them just so I could blend in with them.
Yeah.
So around that time, the bullying got a little bit bad for me, to the point where I started losing my own confidence and self-esteem, of course.
Mm.
And it wasn't until I played video games and anime that helped me cope with it quite a bit.
Yeah, it does help. It does help a lot. I can imagine that, yeah.
Yep.
Especially, I feel like if you can find characters that you feel a certain connection to, that can definitely help you kind of, I guess, like yourself more. For me, it was like that, at least.
Yep. Which is why I always go for a lot of the heroic characters, because they always work hard to make a difference for themselves.
Yeah, that's a good thing to strive for yourself as well. And if you can identify yourself with those kind of characters, then, I mean, yeah, go you.
Indeed. And I'd say the bullying mostly kind of stopped, but also kind of got worse when I was in high school. And I'd say around that time I was very, very introverted, to the point where I was too afraid to say anything or do much, because I always got made fun of for having a really rough or husky voice like I do now.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I think it wasn't until I started doing some videos or at least did more commentary that I had people say they like my voice. I'd say Vtubing also helped me got a little bit more comfortable with my voice.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely imagine. I mean, I for one think your voice sounds very, very nice, but it's I can imagine that it's rough when you get bullied for your voice, because it's something so personal and something you can't really change.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, yep, moving on to our next thing. Almost forgot what it was. Oh yeah, what books do you read?
Wait, what? What did you say?
Oh, what books do you read?
Oh, what books? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm currently in, I feel like a period of my life where I'm very interested in Greek mythology. So everything that I've been reading is Greek mythology themed. I've been reading the book Mythos by Mythos, I guess, by Stephen Fry, which is really fun. It's like a classic book if you're into Greek mythology. I feel like everyone's already read it, but I'm reading it. It's a really fun retelling of the Greek mythology, Greek myths. But I like to read some fantasy stories as well. In the same kind of category of the Greek myths, I've read Lore by Alexandra Bracken not too long ago, which was a very, very good book, kind of like The Hunger Games, but with Greek gods. A very interesting book. And yeah, overall, just I like to read fantasy a lot. I used to be really, really into those young adult books, kind of the coming of age stories. But I feel like I grew out of that quite a bit now. And I'm more interested and more leaning towards fantasy. But I'm very picky with the books that I read. And I mostly like character-driven fantasy. So I understand that some people are really big fans of fantasy books that involve a really big universe and a really big world that is described in multiple pages and that is beautiful, and that you're basically being spoon-fed the world because they describe everything so beautifully. That's not really for me. I would like more character-driven stories. I like to read about characters' thoughts. I like books mostly written in first person because that makes me enables me to kind of identify or understand the main character. So yeah, character-driven fantasy stories. One that I've read also not too long ago that I really liked was Tess on the Road. I actually have here. I can see who it is by. By Rachel Hardman. Rachel Hardman. That was a very good character-driven kind of fantasy story. It was a world that was kind of fantasy-ish. It was more just medieval vibes, but it kind of had underlying fantasy themes. And that was definitely a book that I really, really liked. Just very slow-paced, but character-driven. So I had a very easy time reading it. And I'm trying to get it more into fantasy books. So that's what I've been reading recently. And of course, like from time to time, I read my comics and my manga, and I've been reading the Avatar: The Last Airbender comics that are really good and fun if you finished watching the show and you feel like that's not enough. The comics are really cool. And
nice.
manga, I'm trying to complete the series that I already started, and I try to not start too many new manga series, but I've been reading so I've been rereading Chibi Vampire, and I read Caterpillar Girl and Bad Texture Boy, which was a standalone manga, which was very interesting. It was kind of a rom-com kind of manga that got actually very sad and cute at the end. So stuff like that I like to read. When I read, I like to just read to relax. I've read some mystery novels, and while I do like them, I don't like to read them at night. And my prime time to read is reading at night. It's nighttime, and I don't like to read mystery novels at night because that kind of like sticks in my head, and then I feel like I'm gonna get nightmares or something. So I don't really dare to read scary books at night. So I just read fantasy. I read my fantasy and my cute rom-coms and stuff like that.
Nice.
Six Crimson Cranes, I see, is apparently a recommendation for me.
Nice.
That I should get with what I've said so far.
Oh, yep, as for myself, I don't read books nowadays, but I did grow up reading a lot of Goosebumps.
Oh yeah, I was too baby for that. I was scared. But that's kind of like the scary books for children, right?
Oh, yep.
Hmm.
Pretty much very light-hearted horror, but still actually kind of scary as a kid.
Yeah, definitely. I remember my cousin read those. And she was a few years older than I was, and I was terrified just by the cover of these books.
Ah, nice. Yep, I would imagine looking at the covers would also scare people too.
Yeah. They were kind of scary.
Yep.
Did you used to watch the TV show as well for Goosebumps?
Oh yeah, I think I've seen a few episodes of it. I think the ones that I think scared me the most were the ones about the dummy.
Ooh, I think I blocked everything in my memory from what I've seen from Goosebumps. I just remember it being very scary.
Yep, understandable.
Mm.
And I'd say, since then, I don't think I've read any, books since Goosebumps or then. But I do remember reading a lot of the Dr. Seuss books as well as the Berenstain Bears stuff when I was a kid.
Oh, right.
Yep, really good books around the time.
Did you have reading time in school as well, where you had to read books?
Oh yeah, there were some high school times where I did have to read and listen to books too.
Oh, really? Yeah, we had to read in elementary school. There were actually like hours in our schedules blocked for reading. We had this like school library where we had to pick up a book to read during reading time.
Ah, yep. I can imagine that. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I read a lot more when I was younger. I don't seem to find the time or kind of the patience for reading anymore.
Yep, same here. Alright, then, moving on to our next question. What's your favorite food?
Ooh, wow. Difficult questions. Ooh, I used to say that I really like the, is it the same name in English? Let me look this up. How do you pronounce this in English? Is there a pronunciation guide? No. A Caribbean dish. Would you say roti or just roti in English? That's what I used to like a lot. A wrap, like a savory wrap with chicken and potatoes and beans in it. Very, very good. I used to really love that as a child. I still like it a lot. But I would say I lean more towards Asian food now. Through my interest in like Japanese culture, I've been introduced to a lot of Japanese food, but also Korean food, Chinese food. That is very, very good. I still try to cook something that is like kind of similar to the actual very good dishes that you get in Japan or in like an authentic restaurant, but I haven't figured out how to make the best tofu. I really like tofu dishes. Tofu really grew on me. I see easy to eat food. Same. I'm very. I feel like I'm a
Easy
picky
to eat
eater,
food,
but
not bad.
also not. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I do not like. And most of the stuff that I do not like is stuff that is used in a lot of the classic dishes. So I don't like tomato sauce. So that kind of like rules out a lot of the pasta dishes that people usually make. I don't like zucchini or bell pepper. Stuff like that is in basically every dish ever. So that's a struggle. There's a lot of meat I don't like. I don't like ham. I don't like bacon. I don't like lasagna. I know. Shame on me. It's those
Yep.
things that I do not like. That will start a riot. I feel like. But
Especially with ham and bacon.
yes. Yeah, ham and bacon. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. But yeah, it's those kind of things that I don't like, and it's the stuff that basically everybody likes, or that is in a lot of dishes. So I come across as a picky eater. Well, I feel like I'm not that picky actually. I just have a few things that I do not like that's in every dish ever. But I really like a lot of Asian food. I like I said, tofu dishes. Agedashi tofu is one of my favorite tofu like ways to make tofu. I like ramen a lot. Curry. Curry is always good. You can put everything that you like into curry, and it's good.
Yep.
Ramen too, like hot pot, stuff like that, soups. You just put whatever you like into it. It's good. And I am very fond of and this, I feel like this is blasphemy as well, but I'm very fond of the classic Dutch dishes.
Ooh.
And Dutch dishes do not exist, basically. The Dutch kitchen there's no Dutch cuisine, stuff like that. Not really. It's mostly mashed potatoes with some sort of vegetable. I'm meeting up with friends tomorrow, and we're eating hutspot, which is mashed potatoes, carrots, and onions, all mashed together. You can have some gravy with it or whatever, but that's basically it. You're thinking spices? Nuh-uh. Salt and pepper, that's it.
Nice.
And that's it, and I just like that. It's nostalgic, it's warm, it's nice, it's cozy food, it's comfortable food. Stuff like that I really like, actually, like just mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts, stuff like that. Just a meatball. I'm good with that. So yeah, I really do like those dishes. But they're not anything groundbreaking or like very good. It's kind of embarrassing to say that I like those dishes so much. But yeah, they're simple but good.
Yep.
And just it's what we had when I was living at home. So it's just doesn't the recipe include sausage as well? Sometimes you can include sausage or some sort of meat. But we have a lot of vegetarian friends, so I don't think we're including meat tomorrow. But I'm already looking forward to mashed potatoes tomorrow. I love potatoes. Potatoes always good. Any kind of potatoes. You can bake them, you can cook them, you can fry them, you can whatever. They're always good, except raw. But always.
Indeed.
Yeah. I love potatoes and cheese. I'm very Dutch when it comes to food.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, lucky that I live here and I like the dishes.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think anyone will food shame you.
I mean, I already said the worst possible things. Like, I don't like bacon. I don't like lasagna. Can't get much worse.
Yeah, it can't get much worse. Worse than that. As for myself, I do like pretty much a bit of everything, but I'd say the most we have in our American stuff is mostly pizza, of course.
Yeah.
And as well as, well, hamburgers as well, and hot dogs.
Nothing beats a good hamburger, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Just a good burger.
Of course. And of course, there's also a few pasta dishes that I like, but not too many. I'd say the most common one that I usually eat the most would be chicken Alfredo.
Oh, yeah. That's a very popular dish. Here, I feel like the most popular pasta dish here is just having pasta and pesto. The dish is called pasta pesto.
Ooh.
That's it. Just pasta and a pesto. You just put pesto in. Pesto. Maybe some chicken. I don't know. That I do like because it's not tomato.
Indeed, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Any other... And of course some Asian foods I also like as well. We recently started getting into ramen thanks to an Asian shop that kind of opened up on Uber Eats. It's called Masa Asian. And
Nice.
And for the first time, we actually got to have tonkotsu ramen, I think that's called.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
And the ramen was actually really freaking good. And we also tried out pad thai for the first time as well.
Oh, right. That's been getting popular, or at least I hear it around a lot more often.
Yep.
Pad thai. Hmm.
But I'm still trying. And of course, I also like seafood as well.
Yeah.
Yep, I'd say most notorieties is probably anything that has crab meat or lobster meat.
Very good. Yeah, true. Lobster is something that I haven't had a lot, but I once had lobster soup, which was very good.
Oh, what's lobster soup like?
It tastes like lobster, but it's kind of a thick soup. So it's kind of like, I guess if you had, what's a thick soup? Mushroom soup? Similar consistency. It didn't really, as far as I remember, didn't really have pieces of lobster in it, but it was very good, very like comfy and like a comfy and warm dish, but still felt kind of fresh because of the seafood taste. Because seafood to me always tastes like just fresh. But it was ages ago. It was very good though. I would like to have that again.
Oh yeah, same here. I was just thinking about that now. Pretty much also has me wanting to order Red Lobster now.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I already had dinner, but I mean, second dinner?
Yep, second dinners.
Let's go.
Nothing wrong with second dinner.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, you don't have any money.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to do second dinner every day, maybe not.
Yeah, probably not.
Hmm.
After all, finding cooking stuff has gotten a lot more expensive anyway.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yep, moving on to our next question. Okay, this one's VTuber related now.
Oh.
What's your biggest inspiration for being a VTuber?
Ooh. Well, I wanted to stream for a very long time. I had seen streamers before. I was mostly inspired by channels like Drawfee that I really liked when it came to art. I liked some Dutch streamers that played Among Us or played a variety of games. Basically the silly streams that I really, really liked. And I wanted to do... I was mostly focused on art streams when I wanted to start streaming at first. I wanted to do just art streams, art challenges, progress videos, stuff like that. But I didn't want to show my face. So I... back then I didn't stream with a camera or a microphone or whatever. I just put on music and I just like did my drawing. And that became boring really quick. To me, at least, because there were so many more things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be more creative with my content. I wanted to try out more things. And I kind of like threw streaming aside for a little bit until I streamed games once because I got invited to a stream. I'm not going into too much detail because of doxing reasons, but I got invited to a stream once and I streamed part of Nier Automata actually.
Mm-hmm.
And talked about that. And that was so much fun to me that I then made the decision that I really, really wanted to get back into streaming, and I really wanted to like actually do it this time. I was already a fan of VTubers back then. And I have been thinking of becoming a VTuber myself, like starting VTubing. I was mostly inspired by HoloLive's VTubers. And eventually also like the Niji Sanji VTubers and indie VTubers that I found online. So I wanted to create my own character because that solved the problem of not wanting to show a real life camera, like a face cam. And it still gave me that creativity of like playing around with an avatar or model, and just like getting into that art for the model and stuff. So at first I actually made a 3D model that was very different from what I look like now. And I ended up not finishing that one. It was just to play around with the tools. And I found guides on how to draw a 2D model, so I ended up drawing my own model. And then when that was done, I just started streaming. I just started like VTubing, and then as I streamed and like did my silly little things, at first I really started out with only doing my gaming streams and sometimes art. Just doing whatever felt most comfortable to me. But especially recently, I've been trying to find more and new creative ways, stuff that I wanted to do for ages that I can finally do now. So I'm trying to improve my setup for hand cams, stuff like that. I want to do more different stuff. Like I talked about jigsaw puzzles. I'm not kidding when I say that I want to do a jigsaw puzzle stream sometime, because that's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I feel like that would be fun to do. Or I wanted to challenge myself and do endurance streams, and I'm already doing stuff like art challenges or trying out new genres of games that I really wanted to try out. And that felt so much like it's so creative that I could combine all of my hobbies into one, because VTubing was so versatile to me. I could combine gaming and doing art and voice acting, and whatever, maybe the woodworking or the wood burning, maybe the glass engraving, stuff like that. I could all combine it into streaming. I cosplay too. Like I kind of dropped that, and I did some cosplay props on stream. I made some cosplay props on stream. I did some embroidery. I did some Renaissance fair costuming on stream. Stuff like that is would feel so fun to me. Like I can be so creative with my streams, and I am thinking about streams a lot. And I try to find ways to be more creative with my streams. And I hope to kind of like evolve that and do everything that I've always wanted to do on stream. But that was definitely what ultimately got me into VTubing, the realization that this hobby or job, if you were able to like earn your money with it, is so versatile that I can combine all those hobbies that I did not have the time for into one, that I now can do basically everything I want. And it feels it's so fun. I can be so creative and like do everything that I've wanted to do and share it with others as well. I've always felt a very strong desire to share my interests with others and find like-minded people, and I try to involve my audience into decisions that I make for streaming as well, because I want them to feel heard, and I want them to feel like they're part of a community, and they can kind of stream. I wouldn't say stream with me, but they can influence my streams in certain ways. Like I can give them what they want. So I'm really trying to figure that out, and hope to get better at that alongside my audience and my community. So yeah, it's just been really fun.
Nice. Great to hear that. Glad to see that you put a lot of thought into a lot of what you wanted to do too.
Yeah. I think about VTubing all day, every day.
Yep. Oh yeah. As for myself, of course, my own VTuber journey pretty much started with me watching a lot of the OG VTubers like Kizuna Ai and such.
Oh yeah, the really OG ones.
And then that turned into a fascination, so I started looking into other VTubers that are like them, and then I ran across the Natsume Moe.
Aha.
Who was also probably the first English VTuber that I've watched around that time, and she had a really interesting sense of humor, to say the least. She swore a lot, pretty much also, was really good at satire.
Oh yeah.
And so, after watching some of her videos and her recent April Fool's videos, I discovered there were a whole bunch of other English VTubers out there, and they also do like a lot of fun things together as well. So I pretty much just kept watching their videos and wondering how I can do this as well.
Yeah. So you were very inspired by other people who did the same thing that you really wanted to do.
Oh, yep.
Mhm.
And of course, my start wasn't exactly perfect, of course. And by perfect, I mean I almost had no budget and my internet was really shit.
Oh yeah, it's the upgrades that come with time. I started out with my headset microphone and then a different one until I was able to upgrade. But yeah, I understand. I mean, I drew my own model because I didn't have the money for it.
Right. Of course. Well, my other journey pretty much started with me just doing everything on my phone, of course. My model's also on my phone as well.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Yep. And then once we started having a little bit more money, we eventually got our super beefy laptop here, and we can actually start VTubing now.
Let's go. Oh, you stream from a laptop?
Oh, yep.
Wow, that must be a beast.
Yep. I pretty much do everything with my laptop, which pretty much outdated my other PC, which was an Alienware Alpha around that time.
Oh wow. Oh my.
Yep.
My laptop wouldn't be able to handle anything.
Oh, yep. Thank you, income tax money.
It doesn't work like that here, I think.
Of course. Yay for Americans.
Oh god.
Yep. Oh yeah, and since then we also kept updating our model, so we went from using a custom cast model to a Vroid, which I pretty much somewhat made myself. Which the first two models I made myself, actually. And this current one is also a commission.
Oh, cool. Vroid Studio or Vroid. It is called Vroid, right? Vroid Studio.
Yep, Vroid Studio.
Yeah, I played around in that as well, but it was very confusing to me. It has evolved a lot. It's become so detailed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Back in my day, it was very simple.
Yep. Back in my day, things were very easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, easy. It was harder to customize the model, I think, because a lot involved custom textures that you had to draw and make yourself. And right now, they have a lot of presets that you can use. It's very convenient.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've seen, at least.
Ah, nice. Oh yeah, it definitely got a lot better now that it's in 1.0 something.
Yeah.
Oh yep. On to our next question. How did you come up with your name?
Ooh. Well, of course, it was given to me by my parents. I'm not gonna tell you the full story because of reasons, but I mean, I knew that I was going to be a shooting star themed VTuber, given that I'm a shooting star spirit. So I was like, yeah, I gotta do something. I gotta have that star theme or that space theme in it. So what I did was I thought of there's a lot of stuff involved in the name making, actually, or the name giving, I guess. I wanted a name that was easy-ish to remember, that wasn't hard for people to read, at least the first name. I wanted it to be easy for people to know how to pronounce, or like they would recognize the first name. So I looked up the I thought of the first guy in space, the Russian guy who was actually called Yuri. And I thought, oh, that would be cool. Like, that's a cute name. I could, like, I had been called that before I started streaming. So I was like, it's a perfect name. It's already basically like my name, and I can use it. I mean, I can keep my name because it is my name. So I was like, oh, maybe I can just use this name for VTubing as well. And it all kind of came together because Yuri is also, for those of you who are familiar with like anime and manga genres and tropes, the name for I guess like women loving women like anime or manga. So Yuri is like girls love, in the same way that yaoi is boys love. And I recently online also shared that I'm into girls, so it was like, oh hey, it would fit perfectly because I knew that at the time already. My audience didn't, but I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, it's all coming together. It was like this evil mastermind plan. I was like, oh yes, it's all coming together. And then the last name, I tried to look up something that was also not too long. And I looked up names of constellations that had my zodiac sign in it. So my zodiac sign is Aquarius.
Nice.
And I thought it'd be nice to look up names or that had to do with Aquarius. So I thought something with an A would be nice because it was like Aquarius A or whatever. I considered just having the name Aquarius or Aqua, but I was like, that sounds a little too watery, and not too like space-ish. And also it's the name of a drink, so maybe no. Also that, yeah. So I was like, maybe not. But I looked up names for constellations, and then there was a name. I have to say it, like I have to remember it right. The name Ancha, or Anka, or however you want to pronounce it, is the name for a constellation?
Oh.
An older version? I think, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've decided this name. It's the name for an older name for the constellation of Aquarius, or an equivalent of Aquarius. So I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. And also it means wide in Spanish, which I didn't know at the time. But I was like, I mean, I've got the hips for it. It's all coming together. I'll
Hips
take
don't
it.
lie.
So let's go. I was like, okay, I'll keep it. So, and I thought that Yuri Ancha and Ancha Yuri both sounded pretty nice, and the names weren't too long. I thought they might be easy to remember. I hope they are. So yeah, that's what I eventually stuck with. So yeah, that's how I came up with the name, or like kind of kept the name that I already had and just added something to it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, very nice story for that. Yep. As for me, it was just my actual name.
I thought so. I was thinking about that, actually. I was like, what's the story behind the name? Is it just the name? Or is there a story?
Yeah,
My curiosity has been satisfied.
of course, of course. Yep, and moving on to our next question. What have you learned from being a VTuber so far?
That I am a lot louder than I thought I would be. That is definitely number one. If we're talking like silly lessons, I thought I was going to be a chill, calm streamer. Well, that was, I think, my third stream already like ruined that whole idea, because I played Little Nightmares and I screamed so much that I thought to myself, well, apparently that whole quiet and calm streamer idea is out the window now. And now I feel like I'm quote unquote known for my screams. And I feel like a lot of my content is also watched for the screens. So, okay, I mean, I'll take it. So I learned that about myself, that I can be a lot louder than I thought I would be. And I might not be as chill as I thought I would be. But I've also learned, I mean, I expected that there was going to be a lot of time involved in content creation, but I wouldn't say I underestimated it. But I didn't expect it to become such a big part of my life. I wasn't against the idea of it becoming big. I mean, one of my biggest dreams is still to do VTubing full-time, to make that my full-time job. Yep. There's a long road for me to go before I can achieve that. And I feel like a lot of VTubers feel the same way. And it's very hard to make it a full-time job, but I mean, that's what dreams are for. So I would love to do that. And so far I've been doing most of my stuff by myself. Like, I do my own overlays, I do my own thumbnails, I do my own stream schedules, I do a lot of my own art, or I commission people to do it. I do my own video edits. I did my own voice acting for stuff. I do what else do? I do my own clips, my own TikToks, stuff like that. So I basically do, I would say, everything by myself except for music production. I use a website with free music for music. And if I commission someone, you will always be able to see it. So some artist commissioned, I commissioned someone to mix the audio for my cover. But besides that, a lot of stuff I do myself. And I didn't expect it to become such a big part of my life. And I feel like I also didn't expect to love it this much. But I genuinely like everything that I'm learning about video editing, about voice acting, about art. Like, even working on my VTuber model has taught me a lot about art. And now that I'm revamping my model, I'm learning even more about VTuber art and like the whole VTuber commission scene. That is very exciting to me. I've met a lot of great people, and I never expected to find such good friends within the VTuber scene. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun just with everything, and I guess I just didn't expect it to be this much fun, which is a good thing. So and besides that, it's teaching me all sorts of skills like video editing, sound editing too. I'm trying to get into that because it would be great if I could edit sound better. And I'm trying to learn more about algorithms and online posting, stuff like that. And even those kind of things are very interesting to me. I think I said it already, but I'm quite a nerd, quite a bit of a nerd. So I like to learn all sorts of things, and I'm learning so much through VTubing that, yeah, I'm just enjoying all the small things I'm learning about new programs and streaming, games as well, game genres, like learning like how to play different genres. I never thought I would play horror games. I never thought I would play Resident Evil, and I played it on stream. I mean, granted, I didn't play all, but I played half the game on stream, and I feel like that's an achievement, and I learned how to play games like that. And yeah, it's been teaching me a lot about myself too, and like my preferences and what I like to do. So yeah, that's been great.
Ah, nice. Oh yeah, as for myself, of course I eventually learned how to get better at using OBS.
Oh yeah, the OBS. Oh my god. Have you always used OBS?
Oh yeah. At first I used Streamlabs OBS and now I'm using Vanilla.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing.
Yep. And I'd say I also kind of learned that I'm not as this probably might be downplaying things, but that I kind of wanted to be more of an entertaining streamer or someone who can make people laugh or something, but I realized I'm more of a chill streamer than I am anything else.
You had it the exact opposite way.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. It's interesting how these things can like teach us something about ourselves, like who you are as a person or what you're comfortable with talking about or streaming.
Of course.
Like I feel like I'm a very chill person in daily life. I'm not, well, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm loud with friends too, but I feel like I'm very chill. But there's something that happens to me once I hit go live, and it's just, I don't know, I lose all sense of calm. And I just go.
Yep. Ah, yeah, of course. And of course, VTubing also kind of taught me how to socialize a bit more, and like I said, be more confident about yourself and develop your self-esteem a bit more.
Yeah.
Which we're
it's great for self-development.
Yep, which we're still doing to this day.
Of course. I mean, if you're not developing yourself constantly, are you even living?
Of course. Yep. Oh, yep. On to our next question. Did VTubing bring any changes to you in terms of personality or the new things you experienced?
I guess that in a sense it has made me more comfortable. Like more confident in certain ways. I still struggle with a lot of self-esteem issues, but I feel like streaming has definitely made me more confident in my abilities as an entertainer, as a gamer too. Just the fact that I'm able to finish certain games gives me, the confidence and this confidence boost when you finish a really hard game, and I'm like, oh well, I managed to do that, and I did that. I played that game. So in terms of game skills, it is definitely made me feel better about my gaming abilities. But also with singing, for example, I never thought I would do karaoke streams or sing on stream, and actually this week I did my first this week I did my first karaoke stream ever, my first single just karaoke, and I did some singing on stream before. I've been taking singing lessons, in which I usually struggle to like sing and really find the confidence to sing. And I feel like streaming has definitely helped me gain more confidence in my singing, or at least more confidence to like dare to sing during my lessons. Maybe not even on stream, but like outside of streams, in my lessons. It's also when I was in uni, still. It made me more comfortable with speaking up in class. Like I was more comfortable asking questions, because I mean I made a fool out of myself on stream already, so it didn't really matter. I mean, the entire world could already see what kind of fool I am, so it wouldn't really matter anymore if I asked a stupid question in class. So I just went for it. I didn't really feel as pressured as I used to. And yeah, I guess it has also taught me to deal with hateful comments. I don't get them a lot, but especially on TikTok, you sometimes get those hateful comments. I remember before I started streaming, I used to get those comments that were like, because I made TikToks that were lip synced, and people would comment stuff like, "Oh, I bet you're an ugly dude behind the screen." I was like, well, no.
Wow.
Well, no. I guess. But I was afraid that those kind of comments would really get to me, and when I noticed that they didn't, I was like, oh wow, I guess I am more comfortable in my own skin than I thought I was. And I'm more confident about myself than I thought I was. I'm not as fragile as I used to be when I was a child. So, yeah, that's what was really surprising to me, and what's been really, really fun. So, yeah.
Ah, nice. Alright, on to our next question. Did you ever once regretted VTubing?
No, never. Never. I did regret sometimes my schedule. But that was only if I ended up being super, super busy in a certain week. If I kind of had, like, if I put too many streams in my schedule and I find out halfway through the week, I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually not gonna make it. And I'm actually very tired and I'm starting to feel kind of nauseous. That's when I've regretted planning so much, but I've never regretted VTubing as a whole, no.
Ah, yes. Understandable. Glad you kept enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright. On to our next question. Do you feel like you must be very talented to be a good VTuber?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think it depends. I really think it depends. Because a lot of us are indie VTubers and we do this for fun. And then it comes down to what your definition of a good VTuber is. Because is a good VTuber to you someone who has a lot of viewers or a lot of subscribers, a lot of members, stuff like that? Or is a good VTuber to you someone who genuinely enjoys what they're doing and is able to engage with people no matter how big or small the community is? Because I feel like I am, this is going to sound very weird, I feel like I'm a good VTuber, maybe not to everyone, but to myself, because I'm having fun with whatever I'm doing. Even if my numbers aren't high, or super, super high or stuff like that, and I feel like I have a lot to learn in a lot of different fields. Like, I can definitely become a better artist, I can become a better voice actor or singer. I'm definitely not good at gaming. I would say that I am a what they call quote-unquote girl gamer. I'm good at Animal Crossing. Does that count? I mean, give me Animal Crossing and I'll build you an entire island. Give me Dark Souls and I'll cry. Stuff like that, you know. I'm like, okay, I'm not a great gamer. Like, I would never make it into an esports team or something like that. So in that field, I wouldn't say that I have talent. But maybe I can still consider myself a good VTuber because I'm having fun with it and I'm getting out of it what I want out of it, which is the creativity and the enjoyment and the interaction with a community, no matter how big or small. Stuff like that. Very politically correct answer. But when we're getting to, is talent necessary to become like a full-time VTuber, maybe? If you want to apply to an agency, I feel like talent is definitely important. Because those agencies, a lot of people apply, thousands of people will apply, especially to the bigger agencies like Hololive, Nijisanji, Idol, EN, stuff like that. I feel the auditions are very, very hard to pass because a lot of people are applying to those agencies and want to get in. And I feel like you need to stand out not only in like who you are as a person, but also just your talents. It also comes down to what can you do, because if I can do a little bit of art and a little bit of voice acting and a little bit of gaming, but someone who has a similar personality to me is a pro gamer or a pro artist or a pro voice actor, they're gonna pick that person over me because they just have more talent or more experience in this certain field than I have. So they're going to pick the person that is more talented and that they see more potential in. So in that sense, I would say yes, it is important. But as Farrah is saying in chat, you don't need to be skilled in a game to be entertaining. Sometimes the opposite is better. Definitely. I feel like you don't need talent for these specific skills in order to be a good VTuber, because I feel like my gaming streams, for example, can be enjoyable even if I'm bad at the game. I played Subnautica. I am terrified of deep sea. All I did was stay in the safe area and scream. I didn't play it right. I didn't accomplish anything. I just screamed and cried. But apparently it was still an enjoyable stream. So it's stuff like that. I'm like, do I have a talent for stuff like Subnautica? Definitely not. Is my stream still enjoyable? Yes. It kind of depends on what you want to get out of VTubing, I would say.
Ah, I see. Ah, very nice answer. Yips. Of course, as for my own take on that, personally, I don't think you do need talent to be a good VTuber. I think it mostly just depends on how, if you have a likable personality or not.
Yeah, and passion, I would say.
And passion too, yep.
Yeah, because so much work goes into VTubing, not just streaming. Like outside of streams, you have to work on a lot of stuff, like thumbnails, scheduling, the videos that you create outside of streams, clips, whatever you do. It involves a lot of work, takes a lot of time. So you need to have the drive, and it's about drive, it's about power. You have to have that drive and that motivation to continue doing that for a longer time.
Yep. Very true. Alright, on to our... Let's see. Okay, second to last question. What's your favorite thing about becoming a VTuber?
I guess what I enjoyed the most, besides the creativity that I've already mentioned, is that I found my comfy community with the people that I see in my streams every time or from time to time, and the people that lurk as well. It sounds so cliche, but I never expected anyone to watch my streams, and just having my community there means so much to me. And I like it so much that there are people out there who genuinely enjoy my content and what I do. It just makes me feel very good about what I'm creating. I mean, I would have still done it if nobody watched, but it is so welcoming and nice to see that other people enjoy whatever you do. I guess that is what makes me the most happy, that I see that it doesn't matter if it's one person or 1,000, but even if there's just one other person out there who likes what I do, I can do it for them. And yeah, that just feels very fulfilling, I would say. Uh-oh.
Ah, nice. Yep, that was my mom. Yips. Ah, yep, that's good. Oh yeah, as for my take, I'd say my favorite thing about being a VTuber right now is being able to do fun things with a lot of people, as well as learning about each other.
Yeah, oh definitely. Yeah.
Yips. And I'd say the other favorite thing is also being able to share my own personal experiences in games too.
Yes. Oh, I definitely understand that.
Yips. Oh, yep, on to our last question. Any words for your fans?
Oh God. I love you all. I want to thank my mom and my dad. No, it's I truly, truly appreciate every single person who comes to watch my streams, even if you just watch once or watch every single stream that I put out. If you chat in chat, or if you don't, if you just lurk, if you donate, or if you just there to watch. I don't love you guys any more or less. I appreciate every single person who watches my streams, and I guess I would want the people who watch my streams to know that they are a very big part of the fun that I'm having in VTubing, and I feel very privileged to have them there and have them give me that, I guess, a very sappy, but that gift of VTubing and having fun with streaming. So just the biggest thank you, basically, to my community. Always the biggest thanks. I love each and every one of them.
Nice, nice.
And you should also all subscribe to Terence.
Yep, thank you as well.
I say.
Yep, I'd say that's about all the questions I have for today.
All right.
Oh yeah, chat, do you have any questions for me or Yuri before we wrap up?
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Indeed, indeed. But if you don't have any questions, that's fine too.
Of course. I've rambled a lot.
Indeed, indeed. But it was a good time. It was a good time.
I had a very good time. Thank you so much for having me.
Yep, thanks for joining as well. Alright then, folks. We'll go ahead and end the stream right here. I do have to charge my phone, and my dinner also showed up today, so...
Oh.
So I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And special thanks to Yuri here for joining me today. It was a lot of fun talking to her and listening to her stories.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun.
I'm glad you did. And be sure to tune in next time for Monday, where we're going to be doing another Terence Talks episodes. Yep, this will be the last of our Terence Talks-a-thon for this week, and then we'll get back to doing more gaming. So if all that's said, folks, I'll go ahead and play the intro, and I'll see you guys next stream. And I'll also be working on my stream schedule as well. Oh yeah, one more plug of what as well. If you enjoyed today's stream, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more streams. And if you find me interesting at all, you can also follow me on Twitter as well, /X, for stream updates and random posts there. And you can also join my Discord as well, for much of the same thing as Twitter, but you have emotes that you can use there too, and you can talk with me personally. And of course, you can follow me on Twitch as well. Well, for random streams there too, but mostly multiplayer stuff. Anything you want to plug as well, Yuri?
If you like screams, subscribe to my YouTube. I will be doing Spooky Month soon, so we're gonna play a lot of spooky games, so a lot of screams will be had. I mean, I do have a Twitter or X as well that I post I post pictures of my cat, so if you want to see a cat, follow me on Twitter.
Nice. Oh, any other announcements as well?
From me? No. That's it. Spooky month. Yay!
Alright then, with all that said, folks, I'll see you guys next stream.